Hi, it's Kenzie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want to cover the topic of antidepressants. This is basically the information that I wanted to know before I started taking them, and I'm just going to discuss some important facts and my personal experiences, things that people don't really discuss and talk about. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing are the side effects. That's really such an important factor because it really affects your health in a huge way, and you should know this before taking them, because I know that you are trying to improve your mental health, but you also have to consider your physical health, because physical health actually affects your mental health. So yeah, it's kind of strange that you experience these side effects. So pharmaceuticals are very complicated when it comes to that. And when you go to the doctor or the clinic or hospital or whatever, they don't really discuss these things in detail. They just kind of give you the medication, they give you the prescription, and then you start experiencing these things without having been prepared for it. So yeah, a few of the side effects are like headaches, nausea, dizziness. One of the big ones is fatigue. You get really tired. When I was taking these antidepressants, I was really tired, and it's kind of an inconvenience, especially because one of the characteristics or symptoms of being in a depressed state to begin with is that you feel very unmotivated, you don't want to get up, you want to sleep all the time. So this just kind of enhances that factor, and you find yourself really tired. Like you could sleep for 3 days straight. If you don't need to get up and you don't need to do anything and no one's waking you up, you'll find yourself sleeping for a really long time. I found that to be really difficult to deal with, and you just feel really sick all the time. Like you just want to throw up, which obviously sucks to be going through the whole time. Yeah, and another thing is that you also experience withdrawal symptoms when you stop taking the medication. So if you're taking the medication for a few weeks and then now your system has adapted to taking those meds, when you stop, you get seriously sick. I stopped taking them and I was really confused because I was experiencing so much sweating. Like during the night, it's winter time, but I would wake up in lying in a pool of sweat, like just drenched in sweat. I was really sick, really nauseous a lot of the time. I had nosebleeds constantly. I was just really sick, and then it didn't click to me because my doctor didn't warn me about this. Not really. He did say, don't just stop, you have to get off it slowly. Like you have to go on a lower dose and a lower dose and a lower dose until you're completely off, because if you do just stop, you're gonna get sick. But as of now, I have stopped for a while. It's been weeks. I haven't picked up a new prescription. My prescription is still valid and the pharmacy just keeps giving me refills, but I don't pick it up. I just decided to stop because I really didn't like the side effects. Next thing is, do they help? They take a while to work. Even if they will help you, they take a while to work. So it's not like you're gonna take a pill the next day you're gonna be feeling great. It doesn't work like that. You have to take them for about like 2, 3, 4 weeks before they actually start working or making a difference or start affecting your body. So even if it does end up working for you, it's gonna take a while, which can be quite tedious, because if you're in a really depressed state and you just want to get better, it can be quite stressful to go through that. And kind of like you're waiting for them to work every single day. You're taking these pills waiting for them to work. So yeah, for me personally, one of the reasons why I stopped taking them was because they weren't helping. Honestly, they were affecting my body, and I could feel them in my system. Like I was feeling really tired and experiencing all of those other side effects like I spoke about, like the dizziness and whatever. And so I started off with a different kind of pill. It was called Lukrembo, because I just looked it up, and I saw that a lot of people were taking it, and then my doctor happened to just give me that one, so I just agreed with it. And then after like 6 months, Lukrembo was still not working. Like I didn't feel happier, I didn't feel anything. I was still really sad all the time. Like the things it's supposed to do, it just wasn't doing. So I thought, you know, like what's the point? So that's why I eventually stopped taking them. And overall, I was on antidepressants for like 1 year. I would say give or take like a year, and they didn't help me at all. They just made these weird changes to my body, because obviously when you're in a depressed state, that's your chemicals are just imbalanced. So what these medications try to do is balance your chemicals, so it changes your hormones, and you're going to be going through all these kinds of things. But in terms of mental health, no, I didn't feel like they worked at all. So what happened was, initially I was taking a different kind of antidepressants, and then I got onto another one. My doctor gave me another one called Yeleti, I think. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And then after like a month, I went back again to say they're still not working. So he upped my dose by like double, and it still didn't work. It still didn't help me. All it did was increase the side effects. And then when I stopped taking them, the withdrawal symptoms were just a lot more intense. So yeah, the higher dose you take, the higher you take, the more you take, the more like the harder you're just gonna come crashing down, which is really something that they don't discuss. Like there's so many dangers to it, because you get very, very, very sick. Like you get physically ill. So I don't think that it's personally worth it, and I would not recommend. I remember before I started taking them a few years ago, a friend of mine who I don't think they had been taking medication actually. Like her sister was taking a meds for anxiety, and she had experience from that, so she told me not to take these pills, and I didn't want to listen, because I was like, you know what, I just want to get better, and you know, everyone has a different experience, and you haven't really experienced this, so I didn't want to take her word for it. But I learned my lesson by experiencing it myself. Also, another thing is that it's not just antidepressants. I actually got prescribed that for my anxiety, because I was getting tension headaches. So yeah, because of the anxiety, I was getting a lot of tension. Because of the tension, I was getting headaches. So I was physically sick. I couldn't even work. I couldn't go to work. I needed to go to the doctor, and so I got a prescription for antidepressants along with anxiety meds. Also, something that doesn't work for me, I took all kinds of different anxiety meds. I took I can't pronounce it. It's basically Xanax, but I was on a very low dose, so I think that's why it wasn't working. But I was actually starting to take a lot of pills at a time, because I wanted it to work. Didn't work. I will list the different kinds of medications I was on, but all of those didn't really work for me. And the most recent one I was taking was Stressum, and it's not the kind of medication that makes you sleepy. So I wanted to be productive, and so but I wanted my anxiety to go away. I took that, didn't work. I would take it often. I took it the way that the doctor said I should take it. Didn't help, didn't work. So I stopped taking that as well. And also another side effect from antidepressants is the insomnia. I already have insomnia anyway. It's when you can't sleep at night, you struggle to sleep. So that was really increased. Like I would go nights without sleeping, and that was enhanced by the side effects from the antidepressants, so they gave me a sleeping pill as well. And the thing with all of these pharmaceuticals is that your body builds up a tolerance. So if you take one pill a day, you're gonna eventually need to take two. It's not recommended by doctors that you do that, but I just did it because like it just wasn't working. Like for sleeping pills I'm talking about, because at first I was taking one, it's like 7.5 milligrams or something, and then they gave me the stronger version of that, which is acazopladine. It's 10 mgs, and so one pill was already strong enough, but now I'm taking up to 3 pills a night. Which is not recommended because these pills are very dangerous. Like it puts your mind to sleep, but you can sleepwalk and just kind of like walk around and experience life, but your mind is kind of like switched off, and you can do things that are really dangerous. Like sleepwalking is really dangerous because you could literally just jump off your balcony, you could jump out the window, you could do anything. So it's not safe to take these meds, especially the higher dose. But I didn't know what to do because 1 didn't work, 2 stopped working, so I was taking 3 at a time. I used to work throughout the nights because of the insomnia. I decided to take a night shift at work, and I would get back home, I would take 2 or 3 of the meds and they would knock me out. But now even that doesn't work. So yeah, it's really, I'm looking for more of a natural method because the pharmaceuticals, like I've been talking about, firstly are not that effective, and they are so bad for your body. So yeah, I slowly came off of them, and it's been a long journey of that, but I decided to just not take them because it doesn't work out at all. So the thing is, for mental health, your mental health is basically affected by your physical health. So if you don't exercise, if you don't eat right, if you don't get sun, you're not gonna feel good mentally. You're just not gonna be in a good state of mind. It's all connected. Your whole holistic well-being is all connected, and it starts with your physical health. So I think it's way better to go for more natural methods, to just try and get more exercise. I know it's difficult when you don't feel motivated, so you might think it's easier to take a pill, but it's not, because the pill itself is gonna take a really long time to adjust into your body and work anyway. So you can start off by just moving your body, taking some walks, and getting the sun. Vitamin D is something that you really need, because then you get a vitamin D deficiency and you get really depressed. It enhances your depression. And so just getting like 10 minutes of the sun and taking a walk and just eating right, that will do wonders. Honestly, there is a verse in the Bible in Kings where Elijah was feeling really depressed, and he said, he didn't want to go on anymore, and an angel why am I doing this? An angel, a real life angel, went to him and told him to basically just walk it off, take a walk and eat something and take a nap. Natural things work way better than the pharmaceuticals. So I would say try natural techniques before you go the medication route. But if you want to try them out and you want to take them, it's up to you. I'm just giving warnings about these things. Another thing is where to get them or how to access these things. I wanted to take medications for a really long time because I was feeling really hopeless and experiencing symptoms of depression for like a long time, like 10 years, and I basically couldn't access it because I was young and like I was a student and whatever, and I didn't really have money to go to the doctor or anything like that. So I waited until I had enough money to be able to go to doctors. So yeah, that's another thing, is that it's expensive just to go to the doctor for a consultation, and then you get the prescription. That's all cool and well, but when you get to the pharmacy, these meds are gonna cost you a lot. Like at one point the meds were costing me 800 rand, just for one bulk of medication. Yeah, I remember one time getting to the pharmacy, and now I needed to get the meds, and the guy told me how expensive they were, and I decided to get half of everything, so it would only cost me 400 rand. Only 400 rand. And before going to the doctor and paying for this, the thing is, you can access meds at like public hospitals or clinics, but the public health system is such a long, tedious and ineffective system. I remember making an appointment at the clinic to be put on the wait list, and to this day they have not contacted me and told me that I can come in. So you'll find yourself having to go like really early, or standing in long queues, or just not getting the help. Even calling a helpline, going on online and calling a helpline, they don't answer. They say they have a high volume of calls coming in, all kinds of things like that. So yes, you could get it for free, but I never managed to access the meds for free. I just ended up going to a doctor, because I was like, well, I'm never going to get help, I'm never going to get these meds. So quite expensive. That's also another negative factor, is that these meds are so expensive, and I would be okay with that if they actually worked and they weren't so bad for you, but they don't, and they are. So yeah, that's basically the information that I feel people should know before going into the journey of taking meds. Also, some other things that people have said is that it makes you zombie-like, which is true. I've also experienced that zombie-like form. You just taking all these meds and you don't have energy, you don't have, you don't have any of that. You don't have oomph. You're just walking around kind of like tired, and all you want to do is sleep. And since I stopped taking them, I've had energy. I get up every morning. I have no problem doing anything. I'm not feeling tired or demotivated all the time. That's pretty much it. I think those are the experiences that I've had. That's the stuff that I think people should know. So if you want to take them, I would warn you against taking them. I would say maybe consider these things before you go into it. But if you really want to, I guess it's your choice. You can try it. This is my personal opinion on those things. I would like to say good luck on your journey if you're going to take them, or if you're not. I hope you feel well and better soon. And that's it for today. See you next time. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe. And if you have any questions or comment down below.